Before we depart for the Sapura 3000, you will be guided through the pre-departure formalities and safety aspects of traveling by crew boat. You may be required to attend the Personnel Transfer Basket Safety Video Briefing. You might also be requested to attend project-specific safety briefing. Prior to leaving for the jetty, please ensure you have your basic PPE such as coveralls and safety boots, and always have your safety helmets, gloves, and safety glasses with you at all times. If your PPE is not complete, please inform the personnel in charge immediately after this induction. When you check in, you will be required to show your Bossiet certificate, your passport, and a valid offshore medical certificate. If you are part of the marine crew, please show your seaman's book and certificate of competency. Upon registration and check-in, you will undergo a drugs and alcohol test in accordance to our drug and alcohol policy. For security reasons, your bags may be inspected. Please take note that these items are not allowed to be taken to Sapura 3000. Firearms and sharp objects, illegal drugs, alcohol, and fishing line. If you are on medication, you may be required to produce the prescription during inspection. Please take note that in accordance to our policy, regular and random inspection for illegal drugs and alcohol are conducted on board the Sapura 3000. If you are traveling to the jetty on company-provided vehicle, please wear your seatbelt throughout the journey. When you have arrived at the jetty and before you board the crew boat, you must be in your PPE. These include coveralls, safety glasses, safety boots, and safety helmets. The personnel in charge will guide you before you board the crew boat. Please ensure that you walk in an orderly manner to the crew boat. Put on a life jacket. Board the crew boat when instructed to do so. Pass on your hand carry items to the crew before you board the boat. Ensure that both of your hands are free as you board the crew boat. As you step on the crew boat, collect your hand luggage and then proceed to the passenger cabin. Smoking is strictly prohibited in the cabin. If you need to go on deck, please ensure you are wearing your life jacket. When the crew boat arrives alongside the Sapura 3000, be prepared to board the personnel transfer basket. Put on your life jacket. Wear your PPE, including your safety helmet, and secure the chin strap. Approach the basket when instructed. Step in, facing in. Put your bags inside the baggage compartment. Clip on safety clip to your life jacket. Brace firmly onto the rope. Upon arriving on board the Sapura 3000, you will be required to sign in at the vessel's administration office on deck and then proceed to the briefing room for the vessel safety induction. Thank you for your attention and have a safe trip. Welcome on board the Sapura 3000. General information and arrangement of the vessel. The Sapura 3000 is a self-propelled DP, deep water construction and pipe-laying vessel. It is the most advanced and versatile vessel for conventional and deep water construction activities in this region. With a cruising speed of 8 knots, the Sapura 3000 has an overall length of 151.2 meters, a breadth of 37.8 meters, and a free deck of 2,000 square meters. Sapura 3000 is equipped with a helideck which is suited for all helicopters, including the Sikorsky S-92. The Sapura 3000 has the capacity to accommodate up to 330 personnel. The following plan will help you familiarize with the vessel's layout. The living quarters are at the superstructure of the vessel, which is located at the forward part of the vessel. The navigation bridge, DP bridge, captain's office, administration office, and safety office are located at the navigation deck. The client's office, meeting rooms, and several cabins are located at the C deck. The B deck is the accommodation area. The hospital is located at the forecastle deck. At the work deck, you will find the galley, laundry room, and the recreation room. The internet cafe, prayer room, and gymnasium are located at the A deck. Now, let's look at the overall structure of the Sapura 3000. This is the bow, stern, starboard, and port side of the vessel. The vessel is equipped with a mast crane with a lifting capacity of 3,000 short tons and two 40 short ton cranes, each located at starboard and port side. Additionally, the Sapura 3000 is equipped with 6 pipe davits with 50 metric tons capacity. The Sapura 3000 is further enhanced with 2 dedicated work-class ROVs. The Sapura 3000 is equipped with S-lay facility, with a 90-meter stinger and a 9-station firing line, which includes 6 welding stations. The freeboard deck houses the beveling station, where the firing line and other key components are located. The engine room and thrusters are located at the lowest deck, which is the tank top deck. In addition, the Sapura 3000 is also fitted with a 70-meter J-lay tower for deep water subsea installation. Bridge deck. Let's walk through the Sapura 3000 accommodations block. This is the navigation bridge. It's made up of 2 sections. One is for the vessel's navigation, and the other controls the vessel's dynamic positioning system. The administration office is located at the forward bridge deck, where you will report when you arrive on board. When you arrive, you will be required to hand in your passport and have your T-card prepared. You will be assigned a cabin number, muster station number, and lifeboat number. The lifeboat and muster station numbers are also displayed on the inside of your cabin door. Please memorize these numbers. It is important that you study the vessel plan and layout drawings so that you may understand the vessel's general arrangement. Living quarters. This is the cabin. Once in, please check the condition of the life jacket, which is placed on top of your locker. Pull the jacket down over your head. Cross the straps on your back. Adjust and connect in front. Check the straps. Whistle. Light and fluorescent stripes. If the life jacket is defective, please report to the administration office. The vessel is fitted with a number of heavy watertight doors. Please be careful as you enter or pass through the watertight doors. Please hold the handrails when using the stairs. There are a few basic rules to follow inside the living quarters. Ensure that work boots are covered with plastic covers. Flip-flops and other types of footwear are only allowed in the accommodation areas. Hallways must be kept clear of any obstacles. Do not leave your work boots outside your cabin. Smoking is prohibited on the vessel except at the designated areas. Please show your consideration towards your colleagues and do not make loud noises as there might be personnel sleeping. Hazardous and restricted areas. There are several off-limits or restricted areas on board the Sapura 3000. These are the Navigation and Dynamic Positioning Bridge, the ROV Shack, the Winch Room, the Engine Room and Thrusters, AHU Compartment, the Chemical Store, and the Paint Store. PPE. Now, we will demonstrate some of the PPE required on the vessel. Please be reminded that all areas outside of the living quarters areas are considered as work areas. This means that all personnel are required to wear basic PPE while at work areas. Coveralls, safety boots, safety glasses, safety helmets, gloves. Additional PPE may be required depending on the nature of your job. These include work vest or personal flotation device, PFD, face shield, welding mask, respirator, earplugs, and earmuffs, specialized gloves, dust mask, and safety harness when working at height. Personal flotation device or a work vest is mandatory at all times if you work above water or on the material barge. If you are unsure on how to wear any of the PPE correctly, ask your supervisor or the safety officer for guidance. ISPS code. The security of the vessel, personnel, and its equipment is a shared responsibility. If you see anything suspicious on or near the vessel, report immediately to the bridge. Please understand that if the vessel's security increases to a level higher than level 1, the accommodation doors will be locked down and no personnel are allowed to go outside or open the locked doors. Emergency response alarms. In an emergency situation, an alarm will sound. There are a few types of emergency alarms on board the Sapura 3000. For your safety and the safety of everyone on board, please ensure that you are able to identify these alarms correctly. Listen carefully to the announcements made through the vessel's PA system.
Attention, this is muster drill. All personnel to muster at their respective muster station.
Fire alarm. That is the vessel's fire alarm. Muster alarm. That is the muster alarm. Once you hear either alarm, shut down your equipment immediately and proceed to your muster station. If you are in the accommodation area, please wear covered or enclosed shoes and find the quickest escape route to your lifeboat. Men overboard alarm. That is the men overboard alarm. When you hear this alarm, immediately look out to the sea and try to spot the men overboard. If you see the victim, point your finger to the victim so that you won't lose sight of the victim. Shout "Men overboard" until you get someone's attention.
Men overboard! Men overboard! Men overboard!
If you are the one who is responding to the shouts, look for the nearest life ring and throw as close as possible to the men overboard. Alert the bridge of the men overboard. For any emergency, dial the emergency response number 1100. Muster station. There are 4 muster stations on board the Sapura 3000. It is important that you remember your muster station. In the event of an emergency, please proceed to your assigned muster station. Immediately put on your life jacket. When you reach your station, remove your T-card and hand it over to the coxswain or muster checker to indicate your presence. Pay attention and wait for further instructions. The coxswain will identify any personnel who are missing at the muster station and will alert the bridge. Please take note that evacuation drills are conducted regularly. Firefighting. The Sapura 3000 is equipped with various types of firefighting equipment. In the event of a fire, alert the bridge immediately and activate the fire alarm by breaking the nearest glass panel. If it is safe to do so, proceed to extinguish the fire with the appropriate fire extinguisher. Ensure you are aware of your exit point should you need to evacuate the area. We will now proceed to identify the various firefighting system and equipment on board. Fire main hoses and nozzles. Fire hoses are provided throughout the vessel. Fire doors and dampers. Fire doors and dampers are fitted in all machinery and accommodation spaces on board. The fire doors can be shut manually, while dampers can be shut manually or automatically from the bridge. When the fire alarm is raised, the fire doors will close automatically. Please ensure that all doorways are kept clear at all times. Fire detection system. Heat and smoke sensors are located at various points in the accommodation block. When a fire or smoke is detected, an alarm is triggered at the bridge. If you are assigned to the emergency response team, please proceed to your duty station. The rest are to immediately proceed to their allocated fire and muster stations. Helicopter deck equipment. The helideck is equipped with portable dry powder, foam and CO2 extinguishers, and fixed foam system. CO2 firefighting system. A fixed CO2 system is installed in the engine room, forward pump room, and the incinerator room. Portable fire extinguishers are located at designated areas. Emergency escape breathing devices. An emergency breathing device which contains a limited supply of compressed air is available at certain locations to help you escape in the event of fire emergency. Permit to work. The Sapura 3000 operates on a permit to work or PTW system. The Sapura Acergy PTW system is implemented on board to manage and control marine and construction work activities which are not considered routine and/or considered potentially hazardous. Some of the work activities that require PTW are hot work, cold work, activities involving the use of radioactive sources, maintenance or repair of equipment which requires electrical or mechanical isolation, working over water, working in places where machinery may be remotely operated, diving, lifting operations, working or handling explosives, pressure testing, working at height, operations involving the use of hazardous substances or chemicals. Each PTW has a maximum validity of 12 hours. If the work could not be completed at the end of the shift, the PTW must be revalidated before work can resume. On completion of the task, inform the nominated responsible person or NRP. The NRP will verify that the site and equipment are restored to a safe condition before closing the permit. If in doubt, stop and ask for assistance. T-card system. The T-card system is used to track and monitor access of personnel on board should an emergency evacuation is required. You will be issued a T-card which must be deposited at the T-card rack upon entry to the vessel. T-card system is also used for tracking personnel going on board adjacent structures and cargo barges. Hazardous areas. For our safety, warning signs and barricades are placed throughout the vessel to alert personnel of hazardous areas and high-risk operations. Do not pass through, cross over, or remove the barricades. Adhere to the warning signs at all times. Working on deck. Certain work areas and structures such as cranes, walkways, and work platforms are potential high-risk areas. Before you access these areas, please obtain approval from the person in charge. Pre-shift briefing and toolbox talk system. Pre-shift briefings are conducted before the start of the shift and must be attended by the supervisor and the crew involved. Additionally, toolbox talks are conducted before embarking on a work task. Toolbox talk is also part of the HIRA process. At the pre-shift briefings and toolbox talks, personnel will be briefed on the individual tasks and any hazards that might be encountered, and the potential effects their work may have on the safety of others. Job Safety Analysis, JSA, and Hazard Identification and Risk Assessment, HIRA. The vessel's Job Safety Analysis or JSA process supports the overall risk management efforts for activities requiring safety reviews at JSA level. For your reference, each JSA has been entered into the vessel's JSA register. Hard copies are available on the PTW board at the bridge. HIRAs are conducted with the aim of identifying all hazards and the associated risks and putting in place measures to reduce the risk to ALAP or a level which is as low as reasonably practicable. Smoking. As stipulated in the Sapura Acergy no smoking policy, smoking is strictly prohibited on board Sapura 3000 except at designated areas. If you are smoking, do not throw cigarette butts overboard. Remember to extinguish the cigarette butt in the ashtrays provided. You See, You Act. You See, You Act is a safety program which everyone on board should participate in. You have an obligation to stop any unsafe act or condition that you may see. Should you notice anyone on board behaving or working in an unsafe manner, approach the person and discuss on how to perform it safely. If you are unable to correct it, consult your supervisor. Record your observation of the unsafe act or condition by filling in a UCU Act card and drop it in the UCUA box or hand it in to the safety officer. Incidents reporting. Sapura Acergy promotes an open reporting culture. All incidents, accidents and injuries must be reported to the vessel management to ensure that they are managed and investigated to prevent recurrence. Additionally, any damaged equipment, spills and near-miss incidents must also be reported to your supervisor or the safety officer. Medical and first aid. A hospital is located at the forecastle deck with a 24-hour medic on duty. In addition, first aid kits are provided at various locations on the vessel. Helicopter operations. If you are leaving the vessel by helicopter, please provide the necessary documents to Administration Office. All personnel must undertake a helicopter safety briefing prior to boarding. Now, it's time to meet your captain.
Welcome on board. I'm your captain. You have just watched the Sapura 3000 safety induction video. If there's anything you don't understand, you can see me or your supervisor. Remember, safety is everybody's responsibility. Do it safely or not at all.
Welcome. This is the Sapura 3000 safety induction video. Before we start, I would like to briefly introduce you to our key asset, the Sapura 3000. The Sapura 3000 is the state-of-the-art DP deep water construction and pipelaying vessel. The versatility of the vessel enables it to perform both deep and shallow water pipelaying, subsea construction and heavy lift installation. It is our aim to be the leading solutions provider for deep water construction in the Asia Pacific region. As such, we have to meet and exceed regional standards to provide best-in-class quality and value to our clients, as well as to ensure the safety of our people, vessel and the environment. The Sapura 3000 operates under the International Safety Management Code and complies with the International Ship and Port Facility Security Procedures. This video is designed to meet the minimum standards of proficiency in personal safety, social responsibilities, survival techniques, basic first aid, fire prevention and firefighting awareness. We have developed policies which define the company principles and, more importantly, the safety expectations and well-being of everyone on board. These policies are posted throughout the vessel. Please take your time to read and understand them. In particular, I would like to highlight one of the most important policies. That is, stop work. Everyone on board has the responsibility to stop work if it is considered unsafe. This simple action could prevent yourself or a colleague from injury. Always remember, safety is our priority. Do it safely or not at all.